The Anonymous Turkey, a Sermon of Midnight Grace. Friends, and to all who have known the thin, cold comfort of an empty pantry, let us speak tonight not of saints, but of shadows. Let us speak of the most profound kind of Thanksgiving miracle, the one delivered by a weary, reluctant hand. In the darkest heart of the Great Depression, when the banks were cold and the mountains were colder, the law often felt far away. But there was another kind of justice, a rough, unwritten code of the hills, carried not by sheriffs, but by the very men they pursued. These were the outlaws, the bandits who lived by their own rules, yet sometimes, just sometimes, were touched by the enduring seed of faith we discussed in earlier videos. Imagine a cabin, high on a ridge, days after the Thanksgiving blizzard. Inside, a widow and her 3 children, their faces pale from hunger and the long winter siege. Their holiday table was set with only thin hope and the smell of pine smoke. The woman praying over an empty hearth felt the cold weight of failure, convinced the world had forgotten them. Meanwhile, out on the white, unforgiving logging road, rode a lone figure. He was a man known to be fast with a gun and faster with a horse. A man whose face was hard and whose life was a series of bad choices. Let us call him the Shadow. He was driven not by malice this night, but by a flicker of conscience, a memory, perhaps, of his own mother's tears, or the sound of an empty cupboard The Shadow found the cabin. He saw the single plume of wheat smoke, a flag of desperate survival. He didn't approach in glory. He came cloaked in necessary darkness, for his act was meant to be purely for the soul, untainted by human thanks or reward. He had ridden 40 miles through the snow to buy it, a heavy plump turkey, a sack of white flour, and a small pouch of silver coins, money taken from the powerful who would never miss it. He tethered his horse far back, approached the cabin on foot. With a deep breath that fogged the bitter air, he did not knock. He did not ask for thanks. He simply laid the bounty, the turkey, the flour, and the silver on the doorstep, a silent offering to the spirit of compassion. He rode away before dawn, listening only to the crunch of snow beneath his horse's hooves. He was still a bandit, still broken, but for one perfect moment, he had fulfilled a higher, transcendent law. When the widow opened her door that Thanksgiving morning, she didn't find a meal, she found a miracle. There was no name, no note, just a proof that grace still existed, delivered anonymously from a place of unexpected light. The children gathered around the feast, and when the widow wept, she wept not for sadness, but for the profound, mysterious knowledge that someone, somewhere, perhaps the very man everyone called bad, had seen their need and chosen to deliver justice where the world had failed. This is the meaning of the Anonymous Turkey. The greatest acts of humanitarianism are those performed in secret, forcing us to pray for our benefactor, regardless of their path, and proving that the seed of compassion can endure even in the soul of the outlaw. Something to think about. God bless you.